Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. I don't know how many of you are actually going to see this message because typically when there is a Tier 5 Catalyst bundle, it is for Uncollected or even for Cavalier, which is crazy because Tier 5 Basic are the same price in the Glory Store for Uncollected as Cavalier. Let's just check our in-game mail and see who this is for, huh? Hey, there we go. It's for those of you Uncollected and above. So, we're going to talk about these deals as we do every time, especially when we try to be responsible and know that there are a lot of people out there who are still struggling to get work or to file for unemployment. Maybe things are tight because you've got kids at home and expenses are up and stress is up. Really try to figure out what the best price for these would be for you to throw your money Kabam's way. I am all about giving Kabam your money when it really benefits the player. But when it benefits Kabam more than it benefits the player, it is my job on my channel to grade it as such. So, opening this up for $70, which given is a lot of money, we have half of a Tier 5 Basic. Now let me put this into context for you. This is the same price that Kabam used to say was a good deal when this first started to give 4,500 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments. That's right, 4,500. Not 45,000, 4,500. The first time that they introduced a Tier 5 Catalyst bundle, it was 4,500 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments for $99.99, which of course I always hear from you in other countries. I very, very much appreciate the international support that my channel garners because you say, Prof, it's not $100, it's $130 or $140. Even our friends up north in Canada, right? Mexico, beneath us in the south. Then you've got, of course, all the other countries, Australia. Shoot, I've heard from Brazil lately. So I get it. Plus you factor in tax and it gets even more expensive. But $70, even if there was no tax, and even if all currency rates were somehow exchanged the same, would still be more money than you would spend to get any console game on a console that in some cases you could play for years and still not fully explore the whole game. So, with that being said, this is a terrible Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst bundle. These things normally now are $25 to $30 a piece, maybe at most $35. So, if I wanted to grade this based off of what I hoped it would be Tier 2 Alpha, at minimum there should be 2 Tier 2 Alpha for $70. And there should also be a minimum of 700,000 gold because we know on average a decent gold deal, which just gets a C grade, is 100,000 gold per $10 of purchasing. So this is really $50 worth of gold for a $70 price. But of course, this isn't called a gold bundle or a Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst bundle. This is called a Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragment bundle. Now, before the Glory Store changes, I truly believe you could argue this was at least a B plus value because this is objectively the best price we've seen on an average day. We're not talking about July 4th or Cyber Weekend. You can't factor those in normally because they're outliers. They're comets in a night sky of satellite trash. Okay, you've got to factor in the average day. You know, there's nothing special about April 21st, 2020, other than the fact that it's, I don't know, a Tuesday, and yet that's where we're at. So, when you go to the Glory Store, and this is, of course, everybody who sees this, which is Uncollected and above, you know that you can get now 5 batches of Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments, which are 4,500 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments a piece each batch. So, isn't it ironic that if you get 5 of them, you get 22,500 Tier 5 Basic Catalyst fragments? So, what's really cool about this, if you want to think about it this way, let's say that you're in an alliance that doesn't struggle to go through map 5 or map 6 or hell even map 7 in Alliance Quest. You're going to get a maximum per week for free, assuming, like I said, you don't struggle, so you're not spending units or cash to keep getting Alliance potions or revives to finish your path, especially on day 4 and day 5. But you're going to get half of a Tier 5 Basic for free. Well, if you think of it like that, there's 2 ways you can think of it. There's 2 ways I would think about that. That means that if you combine that with this, as we just ended Alliance Quest really in the last 24 hours for the last week, of the Alliance Quest round. You're getting a Tier 5 Catalyst between the Glory Store and this for the price tag of $70 total, or $35 a piece before tax and exchange rates for 22,500 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments. But if you want to think of it like this too, and you don't need Tier 5 basics right now, you can think if I just wait a few more days and then eventually about a week until the next Alliance Quest ends and I save up all my glory and I have at least 5,000 glory, which I realize a lot of people don't, but maybe some people do, you could get $70 worth of what the game is telling you for a Tier 5 Catalyst bundle worth of Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments for free. Now, I get that doesn't include a Tier 2 Alpha, and that doesn't include 500,000 gold, so the math isn't perfect, but I'm just saying that's how much value now is in the Glory Store, and I cannot say this enough. If you don't have that value, if you're not uncollected, you are doing yourself a huge disservice, especially if you're a free-to-play player or anything close to a free-to-play player, to not push your progression to become uncollected. That's the best use of your units and your revives and your potions, not opening crystals, but pushing yourself to become uncollected. Even if it's just with rank 3 4 stars. I've seen plenty of people do that with rank 3 and rank 4 4 stars, and you can do it too watching this. You just need to save up at least 1,000 units so the collector can literally collect your units. So, I think everything we just talked about into account, I'm going to give this a B- value. I think before the Glory Store, this was A-, B+ floor, but now the Glory Store changes have occurred, and we know that if we're patient, we can use our glory for free to get these items. It really is incumbent of me to not say you should throw $70, or in this case, there's limiting 3. You can throw $210 plus tax, plus exchange rates, kabam's way. I get if you have half of a Tier 5 basic right now and you think, I somehow have a couple $100 lying around and I can take that 5-star Domino to rank 5 finally, or I can take that 6-star Omega Red. The list goes on and on. I get it. And this game definitely does not reward patience. It's how it makes money. But in general, if you just stay patient, you can get the maximum Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragment allotment from the uncollected and above Glory Store for free with the right amount of glory every week. But now we know, going forward, this is going to be the standard price for Tier 5 Catalyst fragments, which helps in grading future bundles. That was a lot to go through, and I am going to put this as a premiere live stream so that people can comment and back and forth. Do you think this is worth $70? Comment on this, comment on this feed. What would you pay for this? What do you think this is worth? I do think that this would be an A to an A+ deal if this gets down to $50. That is my hope. If we can get a fully formed Tier 5 basic Catalyst for the price of an Odin, we're going to be in really good shape going forward, especially because I have a feeling as prices continue to come down, that's with taking 6 stars to rank 4 in mind, slowly but surely. But until then, let's stick to talking about 5 stars to rank 5 and 6 stars to rank 2, rank 3, etc. Have a great Tuesday, YouTube. As always, thank you for watching and supporting the Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.